like a stressed out roommate than a family leader? Well, this one's for you. Today we are breaking down something called the Angry Dad Progress Report. And hey, don't let the name fool you. This isn't about yelling more, not at all. It's about taking all that frustration and channeling it into leading with real intention so you can finally close the gap between the dad you want to be and the one you've actually become.
So let's start right there with the core problem. So many of us, right, we have this vision of the kind of father we want to be. But the day-to-day reality at home, man, it tells a totally different story. Let's get really specific about what that looks like.
Let's be totally honest for a second. Is your living room basically a disaster zone? Are you getting that, you know the one, that all too familiar side-eye from your partner? Has talking with your kids just boiled down to grunts and, hey, did you do your homework? If you're sitting there nodding along, trust me, you are not alone. This is the starting point for so many guys.
And this, right here, this is the central conflict, isn't it? On one side, you've got your intention. You want to be the great dad. But on the other side, the reality is you've become the stressed out roommate. Now, the issue isn't that you don't care, it's that the gap between these two versions of you has turned into a giant canyon, and you're just not sure how to get across. So, why does that gap even exist? Well, it's often because we fall into this really common trap, one that gives us the illusion of progress while we're actually just, spinning our wheels. The source material has a pretty blunt term for this. It calls it mental masturbation. And look, it's that endless cycle of consuming self-help stuff, podcasts, articles, videos like this one, that makes you feel like you're improving, but it doesn't lead to a single tangible change in how you actually show up for your family. It's the sensation of progress with none of the actual work. And this quote right here, it just gets right to the root of it all. The problem isn't a lack of love, it's a lack of structure. It's misaligned priorities. Think about it. We meticulously plan our careers, our projects, but our most important legacy, our family, is often treated like some side project that we'll, get to later. But here is the good news. There is a solution, and it's not another abstract theory. It's a real, tangible system that's designed for action. So it's time to introduce the framework for actual leadership at home.
And here it is, the antidote to all that passivity, the Angry Dad Progress Report. This is the system for men who are just done reacting to chaos and are finally ready to start leading their family with purpose.
So how does it actually work? Let's break down the practical 5-step process for taking back control. And this isn't about vague goals, this is a concrete action plan. Okay, here's the overview. The framework has 5 key steps: the family audit, the vibe check, the family contract, the brutal progress report, and finally, physical accountability. Let's walk through each one. All right, step 1 is the family audit. This actually uses a classic business tool, a SWOT analysis, to get a really honest look at your family. What are your strengths? Like maybe you're a great provider. What are your weaknesses? Like maybe you're a bad listener. What are the opportunities for connection? And what are the threats? Like work stress just ruining dinner every night. You can't fix what you don't measure. Step 2, the vibe check. Honestly, this is a game changer for emotional communication. You use a tool like an emotion wheel, which helps you get more specific than just mad or sad, to name what you're feeling before it blows up. It gives you the language to say, hey, I'm feeling overwhelmed right now, instead of just acting on that feeling. It's about being real, not perfect. Then you've got step 3, the family contract. This is where you create a we're in this together agreement. You actually sit down as a family and define everyone's roles and responsibilities. This builds a goal-oriented team where everybody knows how they contribute to a win. Next up, step 4, the brutal progress report. And this requires some courage. Once a week, you ask your family a simple question: how can I be a better dad for you? And the hardest part? You just have to listen. No getting defensive. Their feedback, even if it stings a little, it's a gift. It's your roadmap to getting better. And finally, step 5, physical accountability. This is all about self-discipline. The idea is to attach a real physical consequence to your own slip-ups. If you fail to meet your own standards, maybe you lose your cool or break a promise. You hold yourself accountable. The source suggests a penalty like 100 push-ups. Look, it's not about punishment. It's about making the cost of laziness more painful than the effort of being an engaged father. So after all those 5 steps, what's the big takeaway here? It really all comes down to a crucial shift in your mindset, and this is the part that makes the change actually stick. This, right here, might be the most powerful message from the whole thing. You aren't a bad person.
You aren't a failure as a father. You're just untrained. You have all the potential to be that stable, reliable, emotionally invested leader in your home. You just need the right training and the right tools.
And here's the most important point of all. Just listening to this, that isn't the work. The real work starts the second this is over. Real change begins with a single, tangible action. So what are you going to do? Apologize for being a stressed-out roommate this morning? Print out a SWOT analysis sheet? Just start.
And that brings us to the final, crucial question. What will be your day one? What is the one action you are going to take today to stop just thinking about progress and to actually start leading your family?